Scannell and good day, Six Nations. Given the growing rise in COVID-19 cases in the province and in our surrounding communities, as well as the recent provincial stay-at-home order, Six Nations of the Grand River will be moving into Alert Level Black of our Six Nations Pandemic Response Framework, beginning on Monday, January 18th at 12:01 a.m. This decision was recommended by the Six Nations Emergency Control Group and was approved by the elected council on January 14th and will be re-evaluated in 2 weeks' time and a further decision made then. This decision was also made to prevent any further spread of the virus within our community and to urge our community members to stay at home at this critical time in our fight against COVID-19. Ashley Russell Taylor, who is our Community Emergency Management Coordinator, will discuss what this means for our community and its businesses.
Before this decision was made, our community was in the red alert level of our pandemic response framework. Moving to black means there are a number of new changes coming into effect. Starting Monday, there will be a complete restriction of any non-essential travel outside of your home. This means that you must stay home unless you're an essential worker or traveling for essential purposes, such as for groceries and medical appointments. Private gatherings are now restricted to only those who live in your immediate household. Single households are permitted to gather with only one other household to ensure social wellness for those living alone. Our schools, our daycares will remain closed, as well as our gyms, sports facilities, the bingo hall, and other personal care services. We are asking our local businesses to please have all the necessary measures in place as outlined in our Six Nations Health and Safety Guidelines document, which can be found at www.sixnationscovid19.ca. These measures include disinfecting surfaces, frequent hand washing, contactless payment options, wearing a mask, and more. At this time, we will not be putting up checkpoints to enter the territory as we did during the first wave. We are strongly urging you to stay within the territory if possible when traveling for essential purposes to prevent further spread of the virus within the community. Our surrounding areas are experiencing a severe spike in COVID-19 cases, and our healthcare system is on the brink of being overwhelmed. New modeling has projected that the number of COVID-19 deaths will exceed those of the first wave if case numbers continue to rise at the rate we've been seeing. This means that elective surgeries and other non-emergency procedures will be canceled, patients will be rerouted to other hospitals, and ICU admissions will become limited and prioritized. Healthcare workers are exhausted, and our hospital system has reached a critical capacity point. Those leaving the territory for non-essential reasons risk bringing the virus back into the community and potentially facing fines up to $750 for refusing to comply with the stay-at-home order.
Additionally, the Six Nations Police Service are also overwhelmed with calls from the Canadian Border Services Agency for quarantine checks for those continuing to travel across the border despite rising case numbers and public health warnings. Community members are reminded that under Alert Level Black, you should only be traveling across the border if you are an essential worker and must quarantine for 14 days upon returning to Canada. Vaccinations within our community are underway for the Iroquois Lodge long-term care staff and residents, and we hope to receive our first batch of doses for our community members very soon and will update when more information becomes available. Members are also reminded that vaccination is a personal choice for those who wish to be vaccinated. Until then, we must adhere to all public health measures that are in place, including staying at home, social distancing, wearing a mask, and constantly washing our hands. If you are experiencing symptoms of COVID-19 and would like to book a test, you can do so online at sixnationscovid19.ca or by calling the Six Nations COVID Assessment Center at 1-855-977-7737 or 226-446-9909. For more information on our community's response to COVID-19 and the Black Alert level, please visit sixnationscovid19.ca. We urge our community members to understand the urgency of the situation and to please stay home. We're asking you to join us for what we hope will be one last push to slow the spread of the virus within our community. Let's all take the steps needed to protect our elders, our children, and one another. Please stay safe, Six Nations, and Nyawa, and thank you for listening.